Hey Legionnaires, and welcome back. We're here with another Rome 2 siege battle for you today, and this is a glorious 3v3 as Rome begins this siege battle by knocking down the walls of Antioch. As we have Rome, we have Macedon, and we have Nabatea on the attack in today's battle, and they're defending, or they're attacking against the defenders today, Lusitani, Bactria, and Arverni. So yeah, interesting to see some factions today. Don't often see Bactria, I feel, and Lusitani for sure. And Nabatea on the attack is going to be an interesting one. That is also for sure. I feel like they're a much more stronger faction on the defense. Their noble swords are okay, but nothing like excellent. But obviously Rome, an expert on the attack and defense, in my opinion. I mean, this game is named after them, so it makes sense. As you can see here, they're already coming off the walls, and they're already battling down here with Bactria ever so slightly. There's some Hastati down here, and they're doing a bit of damage to those thorax, but not too much at the moment. It's going to be interesting to see what Lusitani are doing. I'm really surprised I didn't see any sort of like surprised units, like guerrilla units. I'm really surprised to not see any of that. I thought they were going to possibly do that, perhaps. They all have veteran shield warriors along here. I've got Lusitani swordswomen as well. But yeah, nothing like guerrilla-wise that like go out there and spook stuff, which I was really surprised they didn't do. I was expecting, like, at the beginning of the street play, I was like, oh, there's going to be a massive sellout for sure by Lusitani. Try and catch one of the factions out. But no, didn't try. I got Cav here by Rome. That, I guess, was probably their worry. And also, all the factions are already not boxed together, but close together. Which obviously works for avoiding guerrilla tactics, but it is also a bit of a worry. Like whether they'll be able to stretch out these defenders. Like the defenders are nicely clumped up right now. They have plenty of lines of defense here set up by Arverni and Bactria. So we'll have to see how they do. I have to see how Macedon does the attack as well. Again, I wouldn't say the greatest like attacking faction. Their thorax are like their mainstay infantry. The Rome's inside, having no issues at this moment in time. Veteran legionaries first in. They're going to go in against these thorax, and I mean they've got veteran shield warriors here as well. I mean, this Hastati on the wall, triple silver chevron Hastati here, just jabbing into the side of these thorax, so they're going to be having a rough time, that is for sure. Looks like even more infantry on its way up. Bactria ready to block these spots off, but yeah, no real major engagement just yet by either side. Look at Rome, like, on these walls. They are manning these walls. It's like they're defending it, really, how many troops they got on these walls. Insane amount of Hastati. It's nuts. Got Evocati cohort. They are stacking up the infantry. How are the defenders allowing this to happen? They need some like artillery, like some archers to focus these guys down a little bit. But over here as well, we've got thorax as well moving forward. Look, they're going to push against noble swords coming off the wall, or like a small amount of them. Rome over here as well, ready just to try and counter this. Rome just seems to have endless numbers at the moment. But I mean, we are at the start of the fight. That's to be expected, I guess. And there's got the Evocati trying to use all their jabbies. I mean, both sides have plenty of jabbies, so this is Rome 2. Every single goddamn unit in this game has jabbies. You can see here, look at this. In they go, right, here they go, finally going in. Veteran legionaries, I mean, going in dribs and drabs, they really are. I guess the combat has finally begun, you could say, sort of. And now we've got a general going in here. Already, this is Bactria's general going in. They're getting shot up by Syrian archers, which is always good to see. I mean, they're also going to get jabbied, I imagine, by all the numerous Romans over here. Hastati looking pretty beaten up. This is a triple gold chevron, down 52 men. And Bactria as well is now getting attacked by Macedon's thorax as they come off the wall. So it's thorax versus thorax over here, along with a smattering of Nabateans over here. We've got a few of them. They're getting shot in the back. These thorax are going to have a rough time. And to be all honest, just let the Romans just charge in. They can do the damage here. Thorax are no match for the legions of Rome. On this side, yeah, the thorax having a rough time. You see losing decisively, being beaten back by Evocati. The veteran legionaries going in. They're going in after these Iberian swords. They should have swordswomen. They should have no trouble with them cutting these guys down, or these gals down. I mean, look at the armor difference. There is no armor. There's armor versus plenty. No armor versus plenty of armor. Yeah, they're getting out of there. We've got Thorax going in now. I mean, they'll have a bit of a better chance, but still the greatest. I actually got Lusitani on the walls here. Got some Iberian swordsmen that are winning, actually. They're beating back the Sistadi. So at least they're winning somewhere. They're going to cut down some Romans in some spots, but and the Romans' veteran legionaries got themselves surrounded over there by the looks of it. That's a bad spot to be in. Yeah, getting hit in the flank by some Iberian sword or veteran sword warriors by the looks of it. Shield warriors, not sword warriors. And hit in the front by Bactrians. We also have a massive assault over here by Macedon. They're actually going in against Arverni. Arverni is going to be able to retreat out his weak troops and sending in the Oathsworn already. Jeez. It's never a good sign when the elites can send in this early. Either it's the player doesn't know what he's doing and he's just sending in like his elites because they're the best troops, letting them die first. A bit of a rookie mistake if it is that's the case. Or it's more than likely the defense isn't holding and they need to send in the elites already. I mean, the defense isn't holding. Instead of sending in the elites, the best thing to do would be to retreat. And it's a long line Arverni's got to hold here. He's got to be from that broken wall over here to like the other very much intact wall. Certainly chosen swords. They probably, I feel like, yeah, they seem like they're getting the upper hand over these Thorax on this side. So I mean, they're having some joy in some areas, but I think not so much in others. Thorax, I just don't think are a very impressive like sword infantry unit. They're just not in vanilla anyway. In like BEI, they're pretty scary. But yeah, look at this, getting scared off. I've never seen Romans going in. Romans being sent in to do Macedon's job. The Romans like, fine, I'll do it myself. Cutting down everyone. Yeah, the Oathsworn now losing decisively. They're out of position, getting flanked by Praetorians. Jeez. Got some Hastati in there as well. Yeah, I mean, Rome is just everywhere at the moment, supporting every attack. And doing everything a Rome player should be doing right now. Just attacking on all fronts. Just needs to make sure he doesn't burn out. Still fighting on this wall. Seems like it's a pretty even fight up there. I mean, it's going to go on for a long time. There's so many Romans and Iberians to go through. Legionaries winning here. I don't know if they can go through this gap. I presume they can. But they're going to retreat because they can see more chosen swords coming forward than they are under threat being flanked. Nabatea seems like he is playing the support role. His swords are just not winning these fights. No surprise. Fighting against the Bactrians here. Bactrians having some joy in some areas, and it's against Nabatea. Like I said, Nabatea better on the defense. Someone popping some ability. I don't know what it is. Probably shield wall. Yeah. Shield wall, and then we've got Roman Cav coming in. I mean, this, I don't know where this is going. Auxiliary Cav. We've got artillery now firing, and it looks like Macedon's artillery. Yeah, he's got a ballista all the way back here. And yeah, the cavalry coming in. I don't know really what it's going for. There's literally no real targets. I mean, unless they're going for this gap, and they were thinking maybe we could get to these archers, but... Or maybe go through this gap and go through this gap here and go for the archers. I don't really know. It's not really targets though. We've got Thorax versus Thorax here. As Macedon and Bactria battle out. Yeah, you can see Macedon, not Macedon, Rome really trying to get his cav round. I think he's trying to either go after Bactria's general or just to try and get to the archers, but he doesn't really need to. And we also had a sally out of here. I didn't even realize. Arverni's side out with Oathsworn. But yeah, you've got shield bearers here. You've got royal pellet. I mean, they've got a lot of stuff out here. There's Masson that can counter this, and Cav from Nabatea. So I mean, that's the problem. Maybe Arvodi would be better to bring these guys back inside. Bring them back inside to stop things like Praetorian Guard that are now pushing over here. Look at the huge battle going on here, though. It's ridiculous. But the Praetorians should break through here eventually. You imagine. They are the best that Rome has to offer. How are they doing? They're doing okay. Melee even. I think this might be the area they're going to break through first. You see Nabatea and Axe Warriors actually have found a way through down here. And they can either flank this Thorax Swords, which is already losing. Or they can just push on. I mean, you can see Bactria's actually setting up more over here. But really, does he need to send something to stop this street fight here, really? These pikes. I mean, look at this. They could have, like, if these axes were ready, they could push on and get to these pikes. And they could cause all sorts of problems here. There's a lot of breaking on this side, but I don't know really by who. It seemed like a bit by either side at the moment. Hard to say if either side's really gaining any, making any gains over here in this big choke point battle. I haven't really checked on Rome and Lusitani. It seems as though Rome is getting pushed back. Rome is for sure getting pushed back. It's still winning with the Praetorians. The other Carti are getting mauled. Are Praetorians losing now? Oh yeah, Praetorians losing now. This is concerning. More Romans coming up. They've got veteran legionaries. I mean, they're out of legionaries now. I mean, now it's going to have to be some, like, pikes or something. Some thorax pikes or something to be sent in. But yeah, Lusitani looking still really healthy. Looking very healthy. So it looks like Bactria and Arverni looking the most beat at the moment. Barely holding on over here. Arverni, you know, holding on with his little chosen sword here. But I mean, once they've lost this fight, I mean, they can flank on around, can the attackers, and that's a real worry there. Got more thorax coming up here for Bactria, fresh unit, getting hit hard by javis and artillery. Lots of veteran shield warriors over here. Best way to deal with Lusitani's missiles. Just get missiles, and they're pretty good with melee. It's the best way to deal with them is missiles, because they're not the most armored in the world. You can see them down here. The armor difference between them and Rome is staggering. But they're beating Rome because they're pretty good melee, and also these Lusitani nobles are pretty damn nasty. They're sitting in here, Evocati cohort. They're not going to hold for long. I don't know where they're who they're attacking now, but they're losing. The general over here for Rome needs to be careful. Legatus needs to be very careful. He's getting a bit close to the front line, and this front line is starting to break. Cracks are opening up. And we now have a battle over here. The Saliao force is under threat. We've got Sokia Ikute Extraordinary here. This is a nasty cav unit. It's hitting these chosen swords. I mean, they're just deciding to just constantly charge this infantry with their cav. Not a bad idea. Might be an idea to send some infantry over there to pin them down so they can just do hammer and anvils. A bit more effective, I would feel. See here that the attackers seem to have flanked around. They've got their Thor spears in here. They really need to start thinking about getting, like focusing these, maybe I'd even focus the general down. Screw focusing these archers down. Focus the general, get the cav inside. You could cause all sorts of problems here. But it is not looking good for the attackers right now on the balance of power. I don't know what happened. I think Rome's just run out of momentum. Rome's running out of momentum and running out of men. His cav now are not looking that too hard. I don't know if they've just been jabbied or pinned down in combat, but they lost a lot very quickly. They were a bit of both, to be honest, pinned down and jabbied to death. It seems like, yeah, Rome on this side has been beaten, and now they're sending around a relatively weak force, to be fair, to try and take out the rear of Nabatea, who's setting up some pikes. These aren't bad pikes. Nabatea and Thorax pikes. Look at them, they've got some good armor. They're going to do some pokey into the old Lusitanians. Oh boy. Rome 2's worst nightmare is pike units. And now the Nabateans are going to... I mean, this should have happened a while ago, I feel like. Nabateans down these streets here, they could have caused all sorts of problems for the defenders. Like, Lusitania can't deal with pikes. I haven't got any pike units. Would have been the perfect place for them. I don't know what's happening over here, but I mean, they're just trying to take out these sally-out forces. And they've broken through here, which is something. The Praetorians are making some progress, but I mean, now we've got Bactrian Light Horse on the way. These guys can pin or stop by a few Nabateans, but yeah, they're going to go in and try and deal with the... Oh no, I thought they were going to go in and deal with the Praetorians, which would have been bold, but no, they're going to go in and rear charge these Nabateans. Poor guys. Artillery still raining in, hitting friend and foe. You need to get some specs, sir, because you're hitting more friends than you are foes, I think, at the moment. Yeah, and this is not a good sign here. Nabatea, what is Nabatea doing? They are boxing up on this tiny little unit here of veteran shield warriors. It's great they're doing this, but there's so many more Lusitani troops over here, including slingers, that are just shooting them in the back. And like these Lusitani swordsmen, if they want, they could surround them. It could cause all sorts of problems. No, not good there, not good. Nabatea needs to get his act together. Thorax swords here, they're still pushing forward. Look like they're going to deal with another Thorax. It's more of the Thorax v Thorax. Bactrian Light Horse still around, still doing damage. Now we've got the Legatus coming in. Rome's general being thrown in to try and deal with this new threat. Is Bactrian's general dead? I don't know. I've seen him a bit putting out fires here and there, but I do not know if he's dead. Companion cav here. Looks like Nabatea's general's about to die. He has just died. Never a good sign. So Nabatea's without a general. He's still got a large force as well inside the city. So, I mean, they are not going to be doing too great without a general. Got things like heavy desert spears. Yeah, I feel like just like heavy desert spears and like Rakim Palace Guard, like their best units are spear units. It's not a good sign for an attacker when they got like majority spears as good units. You want them on the defense, not on the attack. The Praetorians still not giving up though. I really wish these guys were in white. I really do. That's what they should be in. Royal Peltas not getting shot at by slings on the wall over here. Got a pretty good target. I mean, they can hit a relatively decent amount of stuff, but not too much. Just the Peltasts. And some breaking Nabateans if they fancied. But yeah, Rome and, I mean, well, not really Rome. Nabatea and Macedon have broken through this defense here. It cost them a couple of armies. I think they've taken out most of Arverni. But I feel like they lost a lot of Rome and a lot of Macedon in doing it. Now you can see over here, this is looking okay actually for Nabatea. They kind of set this up quite nicely. You've got the Lusitania into a decent trap. Though I feel like they're going to need those pikes on the front line because Bactrian's got his own around here. He's got, yeah, Thorax pikes here. They're really being held up by one little Thorax sword. Yeah, they are. Okay, so, and they're using ammo. Definitely do not be firing ammo with this. This is not a fight that you need to be worried about. This is just one little Thorax sword. It's going to break at some point. Just let it do its thing. Start shooting these Lusitani troops if you can shoot anyone. Certainly these Lusitani nobles, they're going to be a real issue. These are the sort of guys that can... They're the anti-legionary units. They really are. Oof, they're a mess. Not a mess, a menace, I should say. Look at these boys. Factory marching to war. Still has fresh troops. Looking beautiful. Looking beautiful. And we've got Factory General Guard on the way as well. Their general is dead. Factory did lose his general. So they did get lose an army and a general, did the defenders. I mean, that is something, I guess. But I don't know if it's like... I think it was worth it. I think Lusitani's just decimated Rome on his side. So I feel like it was 100% worth the trouble. Yeah, I mean, now you've got Macedon here. They're just going to try and break through this this line. Oh, this is not looking good. We got Lusitani's swords. Women that have managed to get in and get into the Keen Palace Guard. I hope they have no ammo left. I can still see guys with bows out. You can see here, they've still got their bows out. That is no good sign. Ammo was still plentiful before these swordswomen came along, and they're going to just try and take them out. They might do it, you know, 117. And they're trying to get the pikes now, or does that mean that they're... Alright, they just put one pike unit over here. I think. No? There's two different... Oh, these might be Macedon's pikes here, Thorax pikes here. Okay, I was thinking... I hadn't seen any Macedonian pikes, but they did bring some foot companions as well. They also brought. And got shield bearers in. Don't know why you bring shield bearers on the attack again. Like, just don't bring spears on the attack, Macedon. It's not a good idea. But I mean, they have kind of like left the defense with no option. They are trying to be aggressive with the defenders, but it's costing them. Arverni is still alive, by the way. I've done them dirty there. They hadn't been annihilated. They still have like a couple of units of Oathsworn and Chosen swords. You know, a decent force. And it looks like they're going to try and trap these Keen Palace Guard and Heavy Desert Spears. Lusitani Nobles being sent one way, and the Arverni coming back inside. I presume they're going to try and sandwich these guys. Yep, Macedon must do what he can. I mean, I'd send the pikes in now. These foot companions, don't just leave them up there to get shot by archer towers. Get them up here supporting these royal peltasts. There you go. Oh, that's kind of a cool shot. It's kind of a cool bird's eye view as the Lusitani swordswomen and Thorax swords get poked to death by foot companions. Probably some of the best pikes in the game. Yeah, they're not gonna make it out of that too well. The pikes should be fine there. Bring up shield bearers on this side. They're gonna charge. I mean, Bell Edge Slingers, yeah, silence them for sure. I'm surprised we're not seeing more pushes around here by the attackers. Like, why are they not trying to push more here? And I'm saying Thorax pikes were annihilated here. What the heck happened to you guys? Did you get focused down or something? I didn't even see what happened. I presume they got focused down because there's Bell Edge Slingers here. That's just brutal. There's a shame and a waste. It seems instead of surrounding these troops over there in that corner, it seems Arverni's going to come in over here and he's going to try and maybe surround the remains of the attackers. It seems like Navatea is making a bolt for it. I don't know where he's going with this cav, maybe for the cap point. Which is all the way back here, I presume. Yeah, this is the cap point here. I don't know. Don't know what his plan is. Rome's general is still somehow alive with 4 guys. He's run into a hailstorm of their slingers. And he's dead. Yeah, I don't know. I feel like I feel like if Antioch's a pretty large map, I feel like you could have one person attacking separate areas. Yeah, combining sometimes is pretty good. It avoids like a guerrilla attack, but if they attack in different areas, you usually can stretch out the defenders. And certainly like Lusitani against say like Rome, I feel like Rome can just annihilate Lusitani. But Rome certainly picked up a bit off more than it can chew. Possibly it helped out over here, but it just stacks so much in this choke point here. To die, it just meant that like even though they had the numbers, Rome, it didn't really matter. They could just pin them in here. I mean, the Romans got stuff up on this wall as well, which is good. But they could have done with definitely like knocking down more walls. Like they put 3 tortoises here. Maybe they should have moved one along, try and open up another breach somewhere else, make this kind of a bit more indefensible. Because in the end, it wasn't just that hard for the Lusitani to defend. I was trying to think of their name. I really wanted to call them Aravaki, which was the other Spanish faction, but it was not them. Lusitani getting poked to death, and now they're gonna just retreat and just jabby these guys, jabby and shoot them with slingers, which is what I do. Why engage these pikes when you can just shoot them? It's a perfectly good example. I mean, they're down at 29. I don't think they're gonna make it out of there. Faction Royal Guard, they're coming forward. Looks like they're just going to charge into the pikes. Pikes aren't even looking the right way now. Oh, it's because they're getting engaged by archers. Oh. Yeah, that's not so great. And now we're going to see the remains of Arverni going. And they've actually caught these Thorax pikes out, and they're losing. They're in a bad spot. There you go. Managed to sort themselves out, turn themselves around, but they are wavering. Don't know if their generals died. No, he's just getting shot to pieces by missiles. Nabatea is gone, basically, on this flank. They have got a few like troops dotted around. I don't know if they're still trying to just go for the cap point. I mean, it's not a bad idea. You could do it. With the Nabatean cav, just rush all the way to the cap point, go and cap it. You may be able to do it. It's not like they have any cav themselves, the defenders. They used it all up. Their Bactrian's general and then their light cav. It's viable. I'd definitely try it if I was Nabatea. I mean, it depends how you want to win. If you want to win honorably or dishonorably. I mean, it wouldn't be a dishonorable way to win, but it'd be a win. At least I think so. I think I'm just trying to do the math. Maybe. It depends. I feel like it takes a little bit of time to cap it. They'd have to dismount the cav to cap it. It's just whether the defenders be paying attention. I mean, if I was the defenders right now, I'd be sending stuff back. But it's starting a chain route. Army losses are taking effect. And Nabatea with these fresh units as well. I mean, not so much the cav, but the infantry speed is breaking. This is not a good sign. Rakim Palace Guards not even seeing any action. But I mean, there isn't much left for the defenders. It did come down to a relatively small amount of troops there, but Lusitania certainly has healthy units though. But yeah, like I said, I think clumping was a bit of a mistake. I always find that, like, I always look at attackers and think, oh, like a map like this, if they've clumped, I think, oh, it's going to be a rough game for them. But also certainly Rome going through this one choke point with a lot of his troops. It did cost him, I think. It just meant that he wasn't able to use his numbers, which an attacker usually has, because they have more money. Yeah, the jabbies here or something just going to break these guys. Well, not quite, but nearly. There you go. They've been broken now, and a costly enemy victory for the defenders. There you go. So we'll have a quick look at the end results. This one was sent in by Cyrus the Great, who was playing as Rome, and he's got a few good players on his side. To be fair, Gasleak there, another player I recognise. Often sends in replays playing as Macedon. But yeah, it's. Sometimes you just do not win. Gasleak actually doing really well with Macedon, getting 2,600, more than any player on this game. Really well done. But yeah, we'll have a quick look at Cyrus's kills. 76 kills with his Legatus before he died. 104 with the Syrian Archers. 204 with the Evocati Cohort. Solid unit. Really what you just need to spam out as Rome. They're more veteran legionaries. 112 with the Hastati here. 182 with the Praetorians. 203 with the veteran legionaries. And that's kind of anything that's notable. And then we have Gasleak playing as Macedon. 158 with the companion cavalry here. 208 with his Greek Giant Ballista, 226 with the Credens, 217 with the Rhodians. Oh, some good kills here. Foot Companions, even though they got focused down in the end, got 243 kills. 120 with the Thorax Pikes as well, is not too shabby. Royal Peltas with 171 kills, 207. Shield Bearers, I'm not so sure whether they should have brought these guys, but yeah, they did okay. 138 with the Thorax Swords, and yeah, Thoros Spears 123. And then we have Stanislaw playing as Nabatea. His Nabatean Heavy Archers 181 kills. And then we've got 146 with the Thorax Pikes, 103 with the Noble Swords, 115 with this one. But yeah, that is it. Then we have Lassie AF playing as Arverni, 227 with his Oathsworn General, 244, 354 I should say, 303, some really good kills there with the Oathsworn. You just spam these guys out, insane. I don't know what the funds were, but he did really well with his money there. 116 with the Gallic Archers, and then 174 with this one. 155 with the Chosen Swords, 197 with that one. Then we have John Boggs 77 playing as Lusitani, 217 with the Beryl Erics, all of them doing really well, getting 180 plus kills. And then you've got 388 with the Lusitani Nobles, 148 with the Lusitani Swordswomen. I do apologize, I'm clearly losing it. And then 208 with the Veteran Shield Warriors, really well done. Then we have Lucas Trinks playing as Bactria, 109 kills with his general before he fell, 196 kills with the Elite Persian Archers. And then you've got Pikes getting no kills because they didn't take part, 175 with the Thorax Swords, 117 with another one there, 196 with that one. But yeah, you did okay, did Bactria, spamming out those Thorax, not a bad idea. But there you go, guys. That is today's Siege Battle. If you did enjoy, do remember to leave a like, subscribe if you're around here, and a comment to show your support. Feel free as well to join the Discord if you have any Rome 2 replays or any replays that you'd like to send in. And until next time, I will see you in the next one. Bye for now.